Hi guys, I'm Alif from Velo. Today I'll be showing you the installation of the Birdy Fenders. So there will be two versions of the Birdy Fenders, which is the G3 and also the New Classic. For today I will show you how we install the New Classic Fenders. They are designed specially for each model and are not interchangeable, so do purchase the correct one. So how do you tell apart the fender for the New Classic and also the G3 model? So on your left will be the Birdy G3, which is labeled as Birdy 3. So this is for the Gen 3 frames. On your right will be the Birdy NC. So these are for the New Classic. So I've unboxed the fenders for both models. They look quite identical, but how do you tell apart from the New Classic and also the G3 is from the rear stay. So as you can see, on your left will be the G3 rear stay and on your right will be the New Classic. Three differences is one is from the length of the stays, the mounting points at the top of the rear stay, and also the designs are completely different. So that's how you tell apart whether you purchase the G3 or a New Classic fender. So I'll be weighing the fenders for both models. So this will be the weight of the G3 fenders. It's at 332 grams. And this is the weight for the New Classic fenders. It's at 343 grams. So these are the standard items that comes in the New Classic fenders box. You got the front and rear fenders, the front and rear stays, and also the bolts, spacers and nuts for the front and rear stay. So for this installation I'll be using the Wera tools. So I'll be using the 3, 4 and 5 mm Allen key and also an 8 mm wrench. To start off, I'll install the rear stay on the rear fenders. Be wary of the direction, it should be forward leaning. Next, insert the integrated bolt on top of the rear stay and rear fender. Make sure it sits in well. Next, turn the fenders around, insert the washer onto the bolt, followed by the nut. Make sure to tighten it up. Use the 8 mm wrench to secure the nut before tightening. By holding the nut, you can use your hands to tighten the bolts. Initially it will be a bit tight as it's a lock nut. After that you'll be able to turn. So that's how you secure the rear stay to the rear fenders. So this is how it looks like when you install the rear stay to the rear fenders. It should be forward facing and the nut should be secured. This is how it looks like. So after we pre-install the rear fenders to the rear stay, we will proceed by installing the front fenders. So there are two holes on the front fender. We will be using the middle hole to install the front stay. The direction of the front stay should be at this position, along with the rubbers inside, as to prevent unnecessary rattling and also vibrations. Insert the integrated bolt into the middle hole. Insert the washer, followed by the lock nut. Secure it tightly. Use the 8 mm wrench to secure. While the wrench is securing the nut, use your right hand to tighten. So we'll be installing the rear fenders first. So firstly you need to remove the chain. So usually you can use any tools. To remove the chain, simply push the rear derailleur forward to loosen the chain. Take the chain out from the chainring, across, and now it's out of the chain. So you release the chain slowly and also retract back the rear derailleur. So in order to remove the rear wheel, first you need to deflate by turning the top knob and press down till the air is fully out from the tires. Once the tires are completely deflated, you may remove the skewer by opening the rear skewer fully. Then you can unscrew the skewer cap. Make sure to have your ties under the rear tires so it does not drop. Then you can pull the skewer out. Once you remove the skewer, slowly guide down the tires and at the same time pinch the tires so that it can go through the rear brakes. So these are the items you need for your rear fenders. Comes with 2 screws, 1 front screw with a spacer. You'll need a 4mm Allen key. Now we are going to install the front side of the fenders. So you only need the front screw and also the spacer. So you turn over the front fender, insert the spacer and also the front screw. Use a 4mm Allen key, the ball side part, to tighten the screws into the fenders. At first it will be a bit hard, which is normal. Just continue screwing it in all the way. So guide the rear fenders to the mounting holes. Insert the screw and use a 4mm Allen key to tighten it into the mounting. Next, we proceed to install the rear stay. So you remember to align both sides of the rear stay to the mounting points of the rear fork. Once that is done, insert the 2 screws that are 5mm. You can screw it using the 5mm Allen key. Use the ball side of the Allen key for fast tightening and do it for both sides. And once you reach the final stage, use the flathead. Always use the flathead. Once you install the rear fenders, next you have to put back your tires. So remember of the direction of the tires. Insert the chain onto the cassette. Guide it through the rear derailleur. Pinch the tires through the brake pads so as you can guide it through the rear fork. Once that is done, hold on tightly. Insert the rear skewer. For this case, we had a kickstand on this bicycle, therefore the lever is on the right hand side. But traditionally, you can install the skewer lever on the left side of the bike. But because there's a Birdy New Classic kickstand, we have to install it on the right side. So now you want to put the chain back to the chainring. So you extend the rear derailleur forward. Use a tool to guide the chain past the pedals and into the chainring. Remember that the chain should be on top of the chain tensioner. Once that is done, just retract back the rear derailleur. And that's how you put the chain to the chainring. Moving on to the front fenders. First, we deflate the tires. Fully deflate it. The reason for that is when we pull up the tires, it can go through the brake pads. So you remove the skewer. For the front, you don't have to completely remove the skewer. can simply move it down, at the same time pinch the front, and there you go. So for the first half of the fenders installation, we'll be using the bolt and 2 spacers. So you can pre-install the thin spacer first before doing the installation. So you insert the bolt into the hole, followed by the black spacer. Use a 3mm Allen key using the ball point to tighten the screw. Remember, every time you tighten, use a flat head instead, so you don't round off the shape of the bolt. There you go. For the second part of the front fender installation, we'll be needing these 2 front stay screws, front stay caps, 2 nuts, 2 spacers, and also the point caps, and also an 8mm wrench. So for the mounting screws, you put the washer first, followed by the cap. So you insert the mounting screw, followed by the nut. So you just have patience to install. This is in, all the way in. Do for the same for the other side. Now insert the front stay into the mounting points by squeezing the front stay through, and use a 8mm wrench to tighten the screws. But before you tighten fully, you have to insert your tires first. Next, install back the front tires. Take note of the direction. So you need to pinch through the brakes before mounting the skewer. Once that is in, use your left leg for support. Flush the tires all the way up. Tighten the skewer. And you can make necessary adjustments for the mudguard. So you may adjust the front fender's height adjustment depending on your tire width. So for right now we are using the CST tires, so you can adjust accordingly. Just simply push down the fenders. Use a 8mm wrench to tighten the nuts. Now tighten on the other side. And finally, you can install the point caps. So that is all for the installation video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you find this video very informative. Do follow our socials, and I'll see you on the next video.